Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. $30,000 plus monthly child support order for Asafa Powell. The closely guarded details of the outcome of the child support case against star athlete Jamaican Asafa Powell are finally out. The former 100-meter world record holder was ordered to pay the sum of $30,000 per month, plus half of medical expenses and half of educational expenses accumulated by his daughter until she reaches the age of 18. Powell's daughter was conceived with his former girlfriend Amita Persaud Webb. The order was made in the family court when the athlete's attorney appeared before Judge Whittingham Maxwell in November 2020, an informed source indicated. This was after Powell was summoned to the family court in Kingston over child support differences with the mother. It is understood that Powell's former girlfriend, who was represented by attorney Michelle Thomas, has filed papers seeking $40,000 per month for child maintenance, which was a proposed increase from the previous monthly sum of $25,000. Powell was scheduled to return to court on October 9, 2020, but the matter ended with the court ordered in November 2020. However, since then, likely on court orders, the matter has been kept out of the public domain. Body of missing Jamaican woman found in Connecticut River. The search has ended for 30-year-old Jamaican Jessica Edwards Hutchinson after her body was found in a river in Hartford, Connecticut in the United States. Edwards Hutchinson, who lived in Connecticut, had been missing since May 10, a day after having a special family dinner with relatives on Mother's Day. She is the mother of a 7-month-old boy. Curried shrimp is my sister's favorite meal, and I prepared it just for her, the woman's sister Yannick Edwards reported. She was in high spirits, and she was rather excited and pleased with the meal. She was on the verge of graduating from college, and we were all excited and happy for her. As a matter of fact, the entire community of South Windsor loved her very much. Her disappearance was rather strange and suspicious, and we had prayed and hoped for a safe return, Edwards added. Edwards Hutchinson, who at the time of her disappearance was attending the Manchester Community College in Connecticut and was aiming to become a respiratory therapist. And an uncle of the deceased, Paul Young, in an interview on Friday from his home in Portland, Jamaica, said that it is a sad time for the family as relatives had been praying for a different outcome. We are hurt by this new development, and we are puzzled that anyone would go to the extreme to inflict hurt, more so murder, on such a quiet and friendly person, said Young. It is never easy losing or coming to terms with the loss of a loved one, and this has really devastated my family both here in Jamaica and abroad. We now have closure after searching for more than a week and a half, but it is not the kind of closure that we expected. It is a sad period for us, and our mourning will continue for a long time to come, he continued. Denham Town Police list persons of interest. The Denham Town Police have listed several individuals as persons of interest following shooting incident which has occurred in Kingston Western Division. They are Kieran Angus, otherwise called Kadola, Jermaine Simit, otherwise called Bad Indian, and Dwayne Grant, otherwise called Billy. Men known only as Raheem, John Mary, Drive-By, Pops, Rumbar, Den, and Beanie Man were also listed as persons of interest. The men are asked to report to the Denham Town Police Station immediately. The police also encourage persons who know the whereabouts of any of the individuals listed to contact the Denham Town Police Station at 876-948-6443, Crime Stop at 311, or the nearest police station. Spanish Town Police probing suspected case of canal drowning. The Spanish Town Police in St. Catherine are trying to ascertain the identity of a man who reportedly drowned in a canal in Hampton Green. He is believed to be in his mid-30s. The police say that residents reported seeing the man about 8 p.m. on Wednesday standing near to the canal observing the water, and that he subsequently fell in. Residents rushed to rescue him, but he reportedly drowned before they could reach him. He was taken to the Spanish Town Hospital by the police, where he was pronounced dead. Suspected suicide in St. Andrew, gun seized. The police in St. Andrew are probing a suspected suicide on Listening Avenue in Brock Valley. The deceased has been identified as 59-year-old laborer Patrick Scott. The police report that about 6:40 a.m. on Thursday, Scott was at home with a relative when he allegedly used a 9mm pistol to shoot himself in the head. The police were alerted, and on their arrival, the body was seen in a room with a gunshot wound. The scene was processed and the body removed to the morgue. The firearm was subsequently seized. Wanted man killed, baby injured in shootout. A wanted man was fatally shot and two other individuals, including a baby, were injured during an alleged confrontation with members of the Jamaica Defense Force along Oxford Street in Kingston. The deceased has been identified as 25-year-old Shane Williams, who was wanted in connection with a murder and shooting along North Street in Kingston on Tuesday, March 16, 2021. He was also listed as a person of interest in two other cases of shooting along Oxford Street in Kingston in April of this year, the police stated. According to the police, members of the JDF were on duty at the Oxford Street and Basin Street checkpoint when two armed men drove up and opened gunfire at them about 6:25 p.m. The police said the men then opened fire indiscriminately at residents and the soldiers returned the gunfire. Williams was reportedly shot and the other two individuals, including the baby, were also found with gunshot wounds. The police said all three individuals were taken to hospital, where Williams was pronounced dead and the other two admitted for treatment. The matter was reported to the Independent Commission of Investigations (INDECOM). Two men charged in connection with Seville Gardens shooting. The St. Andrew South Police have arrested and charged two men in connection with a January 7 shooting incident in Seville Gardens, Kingston. The men, who are both from Phase 1 in Seville Gardens, have been identified as 23-year-old construction worker Rushane Weatherburn, otherwise called Frost, and 28-year-old carpenter Patrick James, otherwise called Jim Bones. They have been charged with shooting with intent, the police stated. The police said Weatherburn and James were allegedly two of three armed men who pounced upon the complainant and opened gunfire at him. The complainant reportedly ran and managed to escape unharmed. The police said Weatherburn and James were subsequently arrested and charged after an interview. Superblocks Slapped with gun charges. A man who reportedly brandished a gun and used it to hit another in the face in Bunkers Hill, Trelawney on Wednesday has been arrested and charged with illegal possession of firearm, assault at common law, and assault occasioning bodily harm. He has been identified as 29-year-old Kenil Walker, otherwise called Superblocks of Unity Bunkers Hill in the parish. Allegations that our Walker saw the complainant walking along the pathway in the community and brandished a firearm. He reportedly asked the complainant what he was doing on his turf, after which he allegedly used the firearm to hit the complainant in the face. The police reported that Walker was later arrested and charged. Two in custody after gun seizure. The Hanover police have taken into custody two suspects following the recovery of a firearm and ammunition. The weapon was recovered during a joint intelligence-led operation in the Santoy district of Green Island about 12:10 p.m. yesterday. Superintendent of Police in charge of Hanover Police Division, Sharon B. Pott, stated that the operation led to the recovery of a Glock 17 9mm pistol and 13 9mm cartridges. Two suspects were apprehended and investigations are ongoing, stated Superintendent Sharon B. Pott. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.